I tried to leave this morning. She was in bed. I tried to leave this morning, and man, she was like, she heard me right when I was saying goodbye to Tom, and she come barreling down the stairs. I was like, I think I'm just going to leave her because, you know, he don't leave anymore till like noon today. I said, I'm just going to leave her. And he was like, and she came barreling down the stairs and was like, nope. So I said, all right, Nanny, let's go. All righty, enter full screen. Okay. All right. Excellent. I know nobody's listening. Hello, YouTube. Saturday class. Welcome here. All right. Let's go. Let's start off with our regular thing. Here. Ready? See that? So we're going to start trying to get back into doing the opening ceremony. For now, we'll do that. So, close your eyes. It's okay. Show me right. This is in the right. Sit. Jackson's for him. He'll sit by me, right? And for him, you just gotta do sit by me. He ain't no sensei. All right. So today, right? Well, my class structure. Well, you guys know that he does it. My class structures usually start with. I always usually do basics. You can't really get good at the kata unless you really know how to do your basics. So that tends to be my basics. Then we get into kata. So Saturday is generally that. Unless I get a group that really knows a lot, knows all their stuff, then we'll switch over into maybe sprints every now and then. That's very rare. All right, so let's go. All right, if you're at home, use your living room, go up and down the floor. We're just doing kihon. Just good. Great. North. Come on in. All right, now from here, I want the yakuzuki afterwards. So, age uke yakuzuki. Age uke yakuzuki. That's rising blood punch. Start off a little like 50%. By the time we get through a few of these, you know, a few of the basics, you know, you should be going a little faster. And by the end, you should be going as hard as you can. So, without yawning, close fist. Remember, Mr. Muir, what you want to do is you want to make sure you're pulling the hip back and then pushing the hip forward with the punch. Go! And yummy. And go and head on back. We're not going to do the turn. Yoko uke yakuzuki. Yoko uke yakuzuki. The side lock punch. And I have lots of what the Japanese terms are. Right now we don't have very much.
That's good because I don't.
Son, we got like some old Valentine's Day suckers.
Can't remember the names anyway.
Sit. Shoulders down, look chin up. Looking in the mirror, making sure you're aiming for your solar plexus with the first two knuckles like this, like you're looking down the barrel of a gun. You don't want it like this. You want it here. Go. Yeah. She's why I got a vacuum everything. And yummy. And go and head on back. After the vacuum everything, and all this air. All right, you it? Got it? Yeah. All right. Uchi. Remember, when you're looking in the mirror, like I said, shoulders down, push them down. Aiming for the solar plexus on the punch, and everything is shoulder height. So this is going to be across your body, shoulder height. These are going to be shoulder height. So everything is shoulder height. So if you can't see yourself in the mirror, maybe we might scoot over a little bit. Scoot over to you so you guys can see yourself in there if you can. I like to use the mirrors. We went years without having mirrors in dojo. And the way people looked in their mind is not how they look. So when we got the mirrors, they realized that for a while there, they were very mesmerized by themselves. They look at each other. They looked the whole time, and whenever they did this, they were looking at themselves the whole time. It took a year for everyone to stop looking at themselves. But Gabe never stopped. Every time he did kata, his head would swing, stop for a second, and then keep going to look at himself in the mirror. And then he started doing that in competition. And I beat him over the head. So after that, he stopped. Because when he started doing that in competition, stopped because he became a habit. All right, here we go. Ujuki Yakuzuki. That's forearm block punch. Knee. There you go. Take your time. Now with your steps, if you notice, you're sort of getting skinnier and skinnier as the steps go on. So I'm not counting super fast. So make sure, make sure in and out, and then go. And take your time. Get your footwork right, and then be fast dance. Because the speed is an illusion. Your feet are actually slow, but the hands are fast. Done. And it'll help you with the hips too. So once your feet are there, you're like, hips are in, boom, going forward. Chi. A little bit more. There you go. Roll. I know I did this the last one, right? Lean back, shoulders straight. There you go. And yame, and hand back. Next one is Kedamara Yakuzuki. Kedamara Yakuzuki. Good. And down. And Kamate. And down block. Look up, chin up, shoulders down. Knee. Done. Chi. Go. Roll. Switch. Remember, it goes on the top to the block. It goes on the top. Yeah. There you go. And yame, and head on back. From here, Shuto Uke and Hikuwashidashi. Knife hand and kata. Same thing. The knife with the fingers are at the top of your shoulder blades. So when you're here, so I'm not up here. A lot of kids can do that straight arm, but it's up here. It's too high. And some of them are too low. It's right here, shoulder blade. Hips are 45. The thing about the knife hand is when you're doing it, but again, the feet are always important. So when you're here, when you plant and you step and you shoot up to the elbow, it's not up here, it's to the elbow. My hips are straight. Now, they don't go back until I pull this back. Boom. See it? Here. Without this. So it goes here. And it's hard initially because I think people's hips aren't as loose. And we did it for a long time, so the hips are loose, so I can keep my knees straight with my hips pulled back. So don't just pull it back as far as you can without doing that. So all you can get back to 45 is here. That's okay. For me, I can go all the way back because they do it a long time. So, but that's the coordination of it. Hips are forward. Boom. Take your time. Don't be in a rush. Remember, like I said, the feet go first here, and then when you're here, then make sure you're good. Boom, and then pop it out. Eventually, it'll all come together. Okay, yours. Come on, take. And out. There you go. You want to use the mirror. If you can see your back heel, move that front foot to where you can't. Weight distribution, your home is 60 on the back, 40 on the front. So arch that front foot. Unlike other styles where it's like 80-20 or 90-10, we have almost half our weight on that front foot. Knee. There you go. Put it out there. Son. There you go. Bring that on a little bit more. Okay, now when you're hitting it, make sure in your mind you want to think about hitting with the edge of that hand, your hand. At least in my mind, I do. Boom! So it hits hard and snaps. Son. Once you got it. Yeah, there you go. Chi.
Go. Then roll. Switch. I still want to do it. Hitch. A little further out. There you go. You're getting a little too skinny, so you're going to have a little further out. Jump. Hitch. There you go. That's what it's doing. Knee. Just a little further on that one. No, out this way. There you go. And then get down and knee. You have good legs. Now turn that back foot in a little bit. There you go. Son. All right. Now we're going to go backwards. But when you go backwards, you're going to go at an angle. So from here, you're going to reach with that left foot. Reach, set up, block, and then kick and set it down. This forces you to make sure your weight distribution is right and you're not just falling all over the place. Ready? There you go. Knee. Son. Good. Chi. Try to bring that knee up high, and all the way back. So you don't want to just lift it up. You want to be able to go boom and then bring it back down. Control it. Son. It's a big one for the little kids because they're like, woo, like that. So kick that, bring that, retract that foot. Chi. Go. Roll. Six. A little higher, so get the stance. You're on that easy on that, that stance. And then bring it up. And to help you sometimes, it's okay to hold it for like a second or two so you know you have control of it. That's going to be very helpful later on when you're doing the moves like this. When you're doing those moves. Having control of that front leg. Go! And yummy. And that's good. The way you're doing it right now is you're reaching far and you're dragging it to where it needs to be. And that's a little easier way than just reaching. So the difference between this and going like this, as opposed to reaching, say you're going straight back. Reaching straight back and drag that foot to where it needs to be. And it forces you also to pull with your hip flexors, to pull it in. Okay, and spread out a little bit. Now, I'm going to show you a new one. He knows it. Okay, that's this one. We have this and katas like super infant. Not saying it's a sanchin. It's a new one. Now, you don't even know it. You're in there and you're going to do that in combination with sanchin. But right now, let's look at the hands. So the hands, Peter knows how to do it. The hands start with put one hand on like this, same side, go to my same side. Other hand on the bottom. Like, there you go. Now, from here, let me show people to see. You're going to reach or go around with the one on the bottom, and the one on the bottom back to the bottom. This one flips up, and then you push out. Okay? So the hand that goes on goes to the bottom. And the hand that was on the bottom just push straight back. Okay? Goes around. Let me get out of the way so you can see. Goes around. Lift. Push. Ideally, it's going to be like this. But I go like this because it looks better. In kata, it just looks better. So when you're doing it, you want to make sure you don't want them too short, don't too close. You want them out in line. The other in line. Okay, now the hand that's on the top goes to the bottom of the side. Hand that was on the bottom just pull straight back. Goes around. Lift. Push. Set it up. This is the setup. So the hand that goes on top goes on the bottom. Hand that goes on the bottom just pull straight back. Goes around. Lift. Push. Set it up. Around. Lift. Push. Set it up. Go all the way back. Around. Lift. Push. I'm gonna count each one. Now, Jack, you just do it regular. You don't have to slow down for me. You guys just follow me. So let's start it off with the left hand on top. Okay, so I'm gonna count one and then the whole thing, just follow along with me. Itch. Knee. The one's on top. Okay. Tongue. Cheek. Go. Get it? You go faster than me. Roll. Teach. Hunch. Cook. Jug. It's a little weird. Like I said, eventually, all it does is it turns into, so from here, it just turns into here. That's the way it looks. You're doing the same thing, but you just do it faster. Okay? Now, signs and nudge. I gotta take my shoes off. This goes hand in hand with signs and nudge. Take my shoes off on this one because I can't do it. All right. Now, signs and nudge, make sure that you have it's shoulder width. Everything is normally hip width for us. Signs and nudge is shoulder width. Okay? You're going to have, your back foot is going to always be pointed in the direction that you're going. The front foot is going to be turned in. And the heel is sort of like in line with your big toe. There's a line right around there, and that's where your big toe is. Okay? So it looks like this. See how my feet are? So you don't want it so far back, so it's a little up. Now, you're gripping the floor like you're pulling it apart. See it? Everything's going to be tight. Now, to move in this stance, you straighten the front foot out. You come in, make that little half move, boom. So that foot turned in and then you grip. Boom. Open, step. And when you step, that's when everything goes and tightens up. So from here, you're gonna go, open, step, and then tight. Open, step, tight. Open, step, tight. Open, step, tight. Open, open. See? So if you're on 40, like extension, you're going to be 45 at an angle. So a lot of times the kids or students forget that, so they get like this. You know, they're like, I'm gonna do something funky with it. So the way that you always know is if your back foot is at that part, and then you turn it in. So it looks like this. So that's why it's always important to remember your back foot is pointed in the direction you're going. Okay? And you're gonna want maybe a little wider and the front foot up more. Like, I'll go back. There you go. I know it feels weird. The knees are bent. So I've seen some people do like this, but your knees are bent. Okay? Ish. Did you get through? There you go. And then you make it tight. Knee. That's it. Tongue. Cheek. Tight. And time. And go back. Jackson, I'd like for you to be in the middle over here. All right, so now we're going to add that in with this. So when Jackson actually thinks, do it from here, just start from the first one. Okay. The bottom hand is going to be with the same foot that's out. I know it's hard because you're going to feel like it's backwards. See?
All right, so stepping back. When I count inch, all you have, Jack's gonna go as far as he wants. The Jack's already knows it all. This is something that he does in his calculator like 24/7. You guys, all we're expecting you to do is, when I count inch, is you take your step, I'll go with you slow, and you set it up, you step, and then you go over. And like knee, sets up as you're going, turn, that's all you have to do initially. I'll do it with you as well, so that I want the camera to see Jackson. I want you guys to go in and to follow me, because you're gonna have a hard time following me. And you should be good 100% to that one, because you should know it. I know this isn't normally your class, but all right. So from here, so we're gonna start off. Let's do it our left leg in front. So the right hand's on the left hand's on the bottom. Okay. Right? That's right. That's right, right? Yeah. Put the south hands on the bottom. All right, from here. Remember, you're just gonna pull it down. Inch, step, and then around, flip, push. Knee, step, set it up, around, flip, push. Sun, set it up, around, flip, push. Chi, comes in, around, flip, push. If you get it faster, you can go faster. Go. Rope. Sich. H. Cook. And jump. And like I said, you don't want to be too close. It's here. One of the things too, also to remember, is when you're doing these, and later on when you get better with them. Shotokan does it as well. A lot of them do, but Shotokan has like their hands out here. So when you're doing the kata, you're like, and then you're like, you know, going all hard. Shotokan has them here. See the dip up and down? Shikaru is around the same side. That makes sense? So Shotokan has one high, one low. Shikaru, you want to have them about the same on both sides. These are my differences. And then push down. And then, like I said, not here. You want them out. Again, reality is it's like this. It's like this. Goju room, you'll see a lot of that. They keep it like that. You'll see a lot of them here. All right. Take a moment, get some water, and then come on back. So usually the classes on Saturday, we give about a half hour or kihon, and we'll work on that. And I try to teach a new kihon usually sometimes, depending on who's here. It's going a little slow for Jack right now. And this wasn't meant to be. All right. Oh, you remember that hack like close open diet?
I woke up yesterday morning in a sweat because I could not remember Basadai. I was in a competition.
Oh my goodness, man, the one competition just threw you for a loop.
It was before, and I couldn't remember it.
I have more competitions that I've gone to that I've forgotten my cut, like parts of the cut that I remember. That I've gone to that I remember. I always mess up on something.
I haven't competed that much, but I've never failed.
I competed,
that bad.
I never failed like that, but I messed it up though. I added extra movements to fix it, or I something
If
stumbled.
I
messed
screwed
it
up
up.
my kata, I did
I'm telling you.
that whole day was just messed up. Anyway,
That was actually, I thought it was a sort of fun tournament because like it was so, we went to sort of right before the Rona hit us. We literally went away on Friday, right? On Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday.
And then came back Sunday and it was like the Walking Dead post-apocalyptic report. No toilet paper to be found, no hand sanitizer.
We're the only ones in Bob Evans.
Huh?
We're the only people in Bob Evans. Other than us.
It was crazy. No, I love me some Bob Evans now, come on. No, it was crazy. Like we went away on Friday and we came back Sunday and it was like the end of the world.
yeah, and then
And then I guess because a lot of people canceled out this tournament, so it was like us and like a few other little people, and they didn't have hardly any referees, so me and Mr. Garrett and Sister Garrett were coaching, so they pulled us in the referee. So me and him pretty much were in this one. It was really fun, because we were like that, coach's uniform, had to take off my jacket, so they could just wear the shirt, and I was like, okay, let's go. It was super funny. Every time I looked over, Marty was sparring or doing kata, like in 15 different divisions, and they didn't have enough people, and I guess, so him and Marty and Logan.
Jack's gonna go against Brody, who's like you guys'
But
size.
yeah, that's gonna happen in advance until he gets to weight division, which Jack's would have been.
But they normally have weight division.
Not even in Chicago, they're not gonna have weight division.
Really?
It's just fine, right? But it was so, yeah, it was so funny about Jack, sorry, Jack.
Well-
Was that Brody's up there, Brody's a brown belt, and we're so happy, we love Brody, he's been doing really good.
I know.
And then Jax is like, oh, Jax. I'm like, witness, yeah, and I'm like, Jax, it's just Brody.
Like,
Don't
Fred
freak.
Flintstone.
I was like, it's just Brody, Jax, come on, man. And everything's really good, he did really, Jax did really good, Brody did good, everybody medaled, Mateo
Well, yeah, okay.
did really good. No, but
I mean, I got a medal too, but
But
I
yeah,
got
but
it.
sometimes you can, but they all beat somebody tonight, look at that. They all beat somebody tonight, which for some of them was a big deal, because like, it's hard to medal in Chicago, because it's like you and their best, freaking 10 other people. In his division, his and Zochi's division is tough, they're best
Yeah,
sharks in
plus
this division.
they're all
Even then,
Shotokan. Well, they're all Shotokan.
no, it's not just that, but like him and Zochi's division have like 3 or at least 3 in each division. National champions, US team members, like it's freaking hard, and so
So
it's
still, all the judges are Shotokan, so if they don't see the same pattern.
They
it's
do.
like a-
They do, but the ones that are judging him, and Zochi or BKF, usually WKF or national, like me, so they see everything. But they are, they are a little partial. Even when I judge, I'm a little partial.
We had parents apologizing that, they thought
Yeah, I
they
know.
were the one, and their parents were telling us.
But that's not to say you're not going to get some bad judges.
Yeah.
So, but then you get that everywhere. You get that everywhere.
True.
So I don't ever like to blame the judging, because, in my opinion, if you're that good, you're not going to down. And that's why we get so good. That's why we tell kids. Because unlike a lot of people, we go to Chicago and win. And the reason why is because we don't let them come home and say it was their fault, let me know. If you were that good, you would have left no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt whatsoever. And that's what makes it get better. And so then you go there, then you actually win, and you're like, ha. And we've done it. Like, with Gabe beat one of their years ago, a few years ago, their best in the adult division at that. One of the best little protege kids, right? Unfortunately, it was the same kid that they kicked a few years before and couldn't take it further after that. It was like the last concussion he kicked again. So, but no, he went up, so then he did nothing but kata. It was so funny. He did nothing but kata. He was a nice kid. He did nothing but kata after that, right? And then they were like, okay, so the last 2 was Gabe and him. And Gabe had gone to their adult division, everybody, and beat him. And they were like, by their own judges. That's what makes it so funny. Going someplace and having someone else's judges. Thank you for winning.
Yeah.
That happened in IMA one time over in, never they got a lot of fair judges. But then it was Mac and Elise and Jenny, and the other team was an IMA home team, and they were so mad they didn't want to take the medal. They were so mad. So that's how you get better. You have to be that much better. It's hard, we're a small club. Like I said, they take their best 1,000 people, the best 10%, they take 1,000 people in ISAC. So it makes you better. And he likes it because it makes them better too. John Small. I got a lot of love for them because they always help, they help us out when we need, I help them out. And but it's hard sometimes with the judging because they are pros. But even then, when I judge, I'm sort of prone to the show sometimes when I'm watching them.
Yep.
It's hard to because I like the Shikaru, but I tell you, man, it's hard sometimes when you see when they don't have as much power. Because I do come from Shotokan, so I'm a little bit, But I could go to the nationals and pick out how each judge is going to vote before they even vote. Like I see a Shikaru, Shotokan judge, whatever, and then I see the 2 players. I can tell you which how each judge is going to vote. Which isn't good, and usually a lot of them are wrong. At the nationals, it flips. The Shotokan guys end up getting it's too bad. So yeah, I can sit there watching, and I'm like, he's gonna go Shikaru, he's gonna go Shikaru, he's gonna go Shotokan, he's
the questionable one, would be me or Mr. Derek. Because we don't have any agencies or anything like that, so generally speaking, we lack of both, so you can, so if the shortcut guy was better, I'll look myself, okay, the shortcut guy. But, Mr.
Well, it does look better.
John, yeah, even with shortcut. Better. Yeah. So he's so. All right, so spread out. All right, so step up. Sorry, I digress. Step on up. Spread out. Okay, now we're going to start off with, come on, you two Jax. Let's have Mrs. O'Neill, you come up, stagger yourself. Up one more. And Mr. Meyer, you come up as well. All right, and Jax, you scoot over, just teeny bit over here. Scoot over. There you go. All right, so let's do, and scoot over a little bit too. All right, let's start off with, we're going to start off with the hand shoda. Then we're going to go to Heian Godan. Then we're going to go, and you guys can stay for all these, with Kosoken Dai. Okay. Then you guys can take a minute, and then we're going to go with Jax, and he's going to run like, what do you want to run today, Jax? We're just going to do half of one today for you on one of these. Well, we can do the whole one eventually. What do you want to run? What do you want to work on? Which one? Shutting out. Yeah, you haven't done that one in a while. So you'll do half a shutting out when I ask you to say the next time you do the second half. Okay? So you know what the halfway point is to shutting out? Okay. I think generally the halfway point is always going to be right for the jump, I think. Okay. So all right. So goes good, and then we'll go up and we'll switch them out again. Right? Here to start off with hand shoda.
Hand shoda.
Yoy. Okay, from here. Remember, the first move is always the pivot, and you're gonna get your stance first, and then pop those hands up. Ready? And there you go. And then don't step, just hit and then go. Knee side. Good. Shoulders down a little bit. And pivot, make sure you pivot hard on this one as well. Get your stance and then go. So go back to here. Pivot and then pull. Knee side. Good. Now remember, when you're turning around, this move is like an atomic kata. You want to have those hands close to your body, and have that right hand on the bottom so that when you get to your stance, boom, and then go ahead and do your block. So it's nice and powerful and crisp. Eventually, it looks like it's going to be closer in time at the same time, but it's not really. Ready? And there you go. Turn that foot back a little bit more. There you go. Now, knee. Now, I'm sorry. You're going to kick. You're going to plant it where it needs to be, back where it was. And remember, the footwork. I'm going to show from here. Remember that? Okay, take your time when you're doing it. And then push hard. Not out to the side, towards that center, towards this way. And then set up and then pull back. That forces your hips to go forward and then forces them to go back. Does that make sense? So on one count, all the way through to the ninth count. Ready? And Mr. Hill, you didn't put it back where it's supposed to go. So watch, come back. So you do that. Put it down. No, that was down. So from here, you kick, and you just put it right back where it's at. So try to kick. And then boom, there it is. That's sort of an important move to do. Like I said, that move is like a tons of top. Ready? Knife hand. Knee. Son. Yeah. And same thing with this. When you turn from here, you're gonna bring it in and get your stance, push, and then pull. So it forces those hips forward, boom, and then you have it nice and clean. And it forces you to slow down a little bit. And it gets that stance right, those feet right. Ready? There you go. You see it? Like it helps, right?
knee. You don't have to do a push-pull on that one. Okay, so now for here, you're gonna step over, again, you're gonna do that, you're gonna take your stance and push, and then pull. Hitch. There you go. Knee. Now you're gonna stay down low. And all you wanna do from here is step across, and you wanna whip it, boom, into that side lock. Ready? But you still, you gotta have your stance where it's not off. So it's still gotta be a good stance. So you're not gonna step away from it. So, boom, here. So you stepped a little too far. See how that? So go back. So all you want to do is step out this way. There you go, back. Turn this way. Step side block. Ah, you see it? All right. Now, when you kick, you're gonna kick. Then you're gonna plant it. My hip is gonna be back. Then I'm gonna, my knee's gonna be bent, and then it's gonna straighten. Shoot! Everything straightens at the same time. Ready? So check your stance. It's okay. If you can without whipping, go in at hips. Go in the same side lock. By the time you're done, your hips should be facing that way. Boom. Yeah, you see it? You get the hips up. Go good. Same thing. Kick punch. Knee. Step. Okay, and turn. Down block, to 45 degrees. Side block, I'm rising block, knees. Other side, knee. And that's that whole cut. In these classes, I try to get you guys a little bit with those, you know the movements, and you're getting good, and everybody knows the movements, but trying to get them where they look, the mechanics of it, so you can do it all later on. With the black belts, I go through painstakingly. I go through popping in with them, because with the hips, because if they can get the hips, because popping in has a lot of short movements, but require a lot of hips and power and some of those movements and speed. And if they can get the hips, what I've seen when I detailed out with them, when they get the hips and the speed and the power with it, it transcends into all the rest of the practice. So a lot of times what I'll do is, even if they're not doing popping in, I'll detail a whole black belt, brown belt, and pop it in, maybe black belt, so that they can learn that, because that type of kata is very small, and a lot of that is with the hips, a lot of that is with the speed. And then all of a sudden I'll see them do on the kata, they do the exact same thing they do, like pop it in. So I'm trying to get that with those younger students now, before they get to black belt, when I really got to feed into it. So, and I think it's working. Our kids are looking good. You know, the ones I work with I work with Cameron, he looks really good. Golden doing decent. Anthony looks really good whenever I get with him, whenever we work with him. But you know, his tennis is a little spotty just because it's so busy. The Rona, they do have on a cleaning business. They're out for like 3 months. So I'm sure what they're doing is they're just doing all the work they can. Because they're out of a job for 3 months. Yeah. So, all right. So from here, we're going to move on to hand godon. Now, I'm not going to move to hand sandan with you yet. I want to have you, on the next round, I want to have you do hand shodan by yourself, so to make sure you know by heart, and then you do hand sandan. All right, and are you familiar, you know hand godon, you're familiar with it though, right?
I did the first half
okay.
2 weeks ago. So.
All right, well, let's do the first half for now, because we got time. So let's do the first half. All right, get straight. Ready? Hand go.
They don't go down.
Go ahead. Same thing. What's the first move, Jax? Pivot, yes. First move is always pivot. That's not your question.
Because you didn't know what the R's were.
All right, from here. Ready? And punch. Make sure you pivot that foot one. Check that back foot. There you go. And knee. So come on. All right, go. Go back here. My fault. Okay. Pivot.
Go down. Oh, go down.
1, 2. Mr. Bernard would do that in 2 counts. I like to do it in 1. That way it gets you used to going to a bowl. And when you come up, toes are open. You don't have to step. You just pivot, boom, and toes are open here. Okay. now the same one. Long stance, support arm. Comes in, one, right over left, and it's not flat. You want them like this. Okay, bring it in, up. Now watch. So roll those wrists. One, go into this. Here, feet apart. And then step and punch. And I think that's half. That's gotta be half. Because after this is 1, 2, 3.
That's
Is that half?
That is not, that's just not, the last one, that would get finished.
Oh, yeah, that's it toward the end. All right, well, let's keep going. Let's keep. What was the half a point that he gave you? Okay, so we're here, right? So from here, you're gonna pivot, wait, step through, make sure your foot touches your other foot as you're stepping through. You don't have to stop it, but you want to touch it, okay? And then from here, it's the, what is that, down, right? Down. Oh, I'm gonna show.
That's right.
Down. Pivot, and then step, yeah. And the reason why we want to have it touch, because we want to make sure our feet are in line, and we don't end up like this or like this. And the best way to do that is to, because a lot of people, they go like this. See that? So the best way to do that is to pivot, touch it as it's going by. Forward. Okay, now from here, ideally, you want to just think about turning this foot, your right foot, straight. So, and make this really big. Ooh. There's a, and then now my feet are straight. It's a, just come straight out. But now my feet are straight. There's a few cheats. You can step over and then do it. See that? Yeah, so there's a few cheats. Ideally though, you want to, your hips go in and out. So it goes boom, and your body turns. It's weird. In your mind, just think about pulling it really hard and turning this foot straight. Don't think about nothing else. But sometimes it's a little hard at first, so I show the feet of stepping over. Yeah. You have to really pull, bah! And you got it. And this has got to be big. Here. So step, bah! You feel the difference? All right. So you're here, elbow, back this, in Kozadachi. Now Kozadachi. You want to have your foot open. Let me scoot back so we can see. Scoot back. You want to have your foot open, lower that, I guess. You want to have your right on top of that calf. So it's not all the way out here the way everybody sees. It's actually just right here. And if you have it, it feels actually sort of stable. So the foot cannot be straight because this is what happens. Open it in here. That's half. Okay? So we'll go through that again. Real quick. So going. On one count, turn, pivot, turn, side lock, punch. Knee, step up. And close apart. Same thing, turn, pivot, side lock, punch. And step up, knee. There you go. Now step out, long stance, Zaguzbach with the support arm. Step forward, knee. Down, in, up. Roll those wrists, and then boom, right there. And then step punch kia. See, I always thought this was happening. That's what I thought happened. We're going to move on. Now, pivot, turn, down block, shibudachi. There you go. Push those knees out, Mr. Yu. So, get it back. turn that foot out. There it is. And turn one to the front. So here's the cheat. So if you're having a hard time with those hips, here's the cheat. The cheat is look, step over, set it up, one. So there you go. And get your feet perfect initially, so that later you can just do it with your hips. But that's the cheat initially. Okay. Elbow, back fist, close down. And remember, open that foot up. More. And take that foot and put it in the back. Just so watch. So look, remember I said you don't want it out here. You want this foot open, and you just want your knee on top of your calf. So it's actually more in the back. See how that is?
Yep.
And it should feel actually a little more stable if you got it right. So my foot is actually, when I look at the mirror, is actually more in line with my top of my toes. From here. And yummy. All right. And you two take a moment, have water. You two come over here. Go soap and die. I know that's all we're doing. Ready? Go straight. Ready? Go soap and die. Go soap and die. Okay. Step out with your, remember this is with your left foot. That's your right foot. Okay. So step out one. Out. Remember what I said. Don't bring it up high, Mrs. There you go. Open. Around. Now, first move is going to be the pivot. Knife hand that way. Push, pull. Other side. Knee. Pasada. Sign. And you remember all the way through the knife hand? We'll go through the whole Pasada movements. Remember that whole part? All right, ready? I'm going to say itch. You're going to do all of them. Now, hands showed on. Okay, ready? To the knife hand. No, sir. Remember, hands showed on. Yeah. There you go. Finish one. All right. And knee. Son. Step pokia. Yeah. All right. Here's the signature move. The signature move is in it a lot. That's why it's called the signature move. Okay. From here, step across. One. Kick. Down. Two. Hit one. Now remember, same thing as that other one. You want to turn that back foot straight. So that, and don't worry, make it really big, turn it straight. And if you can't, do that cheat when you step over. So one. Oh, it's down block. Sorry, my fault. Down block. Shut the down block. Okay. Now take a little stutter step. So the hip goes back. Two. Kick. Down. Hit one. Turn that back foot straight. Two. Bring it down, Mrs. Moore. Okay, remember when we do it, I know we're just reviewing it, so in your mind, you just want to turn that. Remember when you do that, you make it really big, turn it straight. Now pull it back one. Now into Hanyanda, toes together. The kick, boom. But it's not this one, it's this one. And itch. So then that goes straight. Shoulders down. There you go, shoulders down. Knee, pull it up. Itch, other side. Shoulders down. There you go. Push, pull, 45 degrees, knife hand. Itch. Knee, got a knife hand. Now going this way, itch. Knee. Now you're going to move on the hand yanda move to the back. Here, itch. Now all the way through to the down block, back fist. Remember that for hand yanda. And it's going to be the kick, down block, back fist, close bench. Itch. Oh, you did it again. Try again. You always get those confused. So you're here. One. Remember, you're going to kick. You're going to down block as it hits the knee, as the knee hits. And then back fist. Okay, ready? Itch. There it is. That's half. You know it. You've done this before. All right. Huh? Was it comfort show? Comfort back. Yeah, so but ours is just different enough to be different. All right, take a moment, take a break, you two go. I'm not even trying to slow that bit. I sweat so bad. All right, from here, yeah, shut up. Ready?
Showdown or something?
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
And
Yeah,
shut
shut
up.
up.
Good. All right. I'm gonna count each, and I'm gonna say how to make it. I want you to see the whole cat body. Okay? Here we go. I'll help you if you get lost. How's your go, how's your go? Take him to the yeah. I gotta tell him good. Nice. Remember the key eyes are gonna be here. Really, the key eye anywhere, wherever the spirit would be. But we gotta have at least one key eye. So typically we have it on the hook.
Yep.
And then we have it on here.
Morning on the-
You know, but we don't have to have at least one. Sometimes you gotta have it a set place, but like you can do wherever the spirit moves you. But we try to have it certain places. You know. So you won't get like yelled at if it's not there. But you know, that's sort of what we try to do. All right, that's like that. Let's stay up. Let's try half of hand go down. See if you do you remember that one? All right. And you want me to walk through it? Want me to do it with you?
Sure.
Okay. Ready? Let's go. Ready?
Johnny.
Ready now?
And go. And I'm gonna say Hajime, just do it on your own, just a halfway point. Just follow me if you can. And Hajime. That's it. That's the halfway point. You two back up. Oh wait, you stay down. Jack, you in. All right. Let's see if you can get through stuff in there. You don't have to go through super fast. I know it's been a while, so just remember, we do an Anandai, we got oh, what else? We did Coco the Show, Surebe. Now we're gonna go back to the one we got. All right, ready? Go on your side. Guys, think about him. He does like this. He's a big part. All right, okay. So let's try. Foot comes up and around. And then 1, boom, boom, 2, 3. Remember? Yeah, we've been reviewing a bunch of other ones, so. And then punch, boom.
He did show it.
I didn't do show a combination of those. Okay. Nope, so you're here. 3, 4. Yeah. There you go. We'll start working on that one. Come back to it. You forgot some stuff. You're running up the wrong way. So let's go back to, we'll go back to here. Oh. Really. And just, do you want to continue on, or do you want to stop it? Okay, try one more time. Just so you can refresh your memory, and then, like I said, next time I start working with you, we'll work on solving that now. And that's, it comes back to you. It's gonna come back to you. Okay, ready? So again. She thinks she's people's. Back to you. Say that move, that kicking move is always like tons of practice. It's a variation, but it's the same thing. Back sequence. Yandan, Shodan, all come into like all those high level parts. All right, so got you going. All right, and line up. Let's go. Good job, guys. Thanks for coming today. It's our first one on your back, so as time goes on, we'll start getting a little bit more into your stuff. Like I said, I like to go a little slower with the details. So we know what to look at. Okay, we have the video for anybody at home who wants to watch it. Just continue on. We'll look at your hand sideline next time I see you. We'll press on to the last half of hand Goda, and we are going to press on to the next half of hand Kurso Kanda. Right, she keeps not letting me. She knows Basudai, Sanshin, and we have a Kurso Kanda, but she won't. She's like, no, I'm fine. And the last half is super easy, and then the next time I see, we'll review the rest of our stuff together. So that we, as time goes on, we'll be able to do the rounds, so you'll have your comments and stuff. So when you get the black belt, you know like a ton of them. So you're supposed to know all those, plus like 5 or 6 black belt cuts to compete in, as well as whatever cuts you. I need to teach them a new one every year too. So this year his name is sort of like a Kosovo show, and he reviewed online, and we got go before. Next year we'll probably at some point with Kosovo Canal Reading Workshop, because that's a very easy one to go back to. So Jax came in as a black belt from Memphis and had learned all the material before he took his showdown test this last year. So this is his first year of being able to do, and he was doing that plus the advanced test. So his learning curve is very high. So this year we're hoping, and we were hoping that the end of the 20th season of rugby. So, but he had a good meet. Yeah. We had a good meet in Michigan.
Yep.
All right, let's see. Let's end it. That's it. Right? Say that. Oh wait, come on. Let me get back in. I gotta start doing it. When I say Cesar, at the beginning, you gotta start from you, go all the way down, and at the end, I start, and it goes all the way up. So Cesar, so it's the most straight. That's it. So. Show me. Show me. Great.
Right.
I'm going to finish that. And then at the end, I come up, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, all the way down. Two. Everybody, you ready? I got the good job, guys. Let me end this real quick. Thank you, YouTube. We'll talk to you later.